The 2010s fashion is coming back. It is coming back.
Alexis Sunshine 83, it's always sunny here. Boop.
Hey Sunshiners, Alexis Sunshine 83 right here. So last year I made a video going through an article that basically was formatted in a way where it went through trends and kind of said, you know, wear this, not that. I just feel like the whole kind of like cycle of, oh, you need to stop wearing this because it's outdated, so you need to now buy something new to replace it, is a little silly, in that, you know, in like 3 to 5 years, or heck, maybe in a couple months, the trend cycle is going to say that thing that was considered outdated is now hot and trendy, and that thing that you replaced it with, you now need to get rid of and replace that with the old trend that you already had that maybe you actually really liked, but you replaced it because you were told to replace it, and it just goes in a circle. In that video, I basically had my entire wardrobe roasted because almost everything I wore was then considered outdated and that I needed to replace it. And you know, it was all a bit of fun, a little entertainment. I like to take it with a grain of salt, and I figured, you know what, heck, let's do it again. So I have 2 articles that have that same wear this, not that format, and we're just gonna go through it, see if my style is terrible. Honestly, it probably is. Obviously, no hate to the writers of these articles. I'm just honestly having a bit of fun, and I don't think there's anything wrong also participating in trends if you really like them and you're able to get them secondhand. And also if you know, have a particular style that you've worn for such a long time and you're like, you know what, I want a little refresh, I've been wearing that so much, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think when it's like framed that we should, you know, ditch this and again buy something new to replace it because like that's not trendy anymore, that's when it's like, well, we could have both of them, honestly. The first one is skipping the balaclava style hoods and replacing with crochet bucket hats. And the balaclava, I feel like during 2020 a lot of people were hand making their own, and I thought that was really cool with the creativity of, in general, like knitting and crocheting. Personally, I never loved the balaclava on me, but I thought it was super cool on everyone else. And I don't want to say it was a micro trend, especially because the balaclava like has its own like history, and I don't think it's a micro trend, but I think it was like taken as a micro trend, and I just felt like it was so hot and just everyone was wearing a balaclava, and so now to then be replacing it with a crochet bucket hat, they both have 2 different reasons of wearing. Like, you wear the balaclava during fall and winter, and then you wear the crochet bucket hat during spring and summer. Like, I think you can have both of them. Like, who's wearing, I mean, you can wear a crochet bucket hat during winter as well. I don't think there's, you know, a right or wrong way, but I always find these articles very interesting because the stuff that they a lot of times will be like, wear this and not that, sometimes will be related in like the same category, but sometimes they aren't. And I feel like these 2, they both could have a place in your wardrobe if you're a hat person, and I do really like bucket hats. So I will say I like bucket hats over the balaclava. I would like to own a crochet bucket hat. I am gonna say that skipping micro bags and shopping slouchy styles. Bigger shapes that are ideal for everyday wear are what I'm prioritizing. Practicality is winning in 2023. And you know what, here's the thing. It's not that I'm saying we should, you know, if you really like your micro bags, that you have to get rid of them and you have to go for the big bags. But I was never into micro bags or like smaller bags in general. I'm like really happy I never bought any. It was very hard because, you know, seeing everybody with their small little bags, they're so cute. But I have to have a lot of snacks. I have a lot of like Excedrin, Pepto-Bismol with me at all times. You just never know. You never know. So I just require a lot of stuff in my bags. And so the micro bag was just never gonna work for me. So I am a big bag person. Usually I just took my backpack everywhere. And I just felt like a little high schooler, not a little high schooler, but I'd like have my backpack on to like restaurants and stuff. And I finally replaced it with the Bagu crescent bag. And I feel like that one is even like a middle between like a bigger bag and a smaller bag. But I also feel the small bag versus the big bag is personal to you. But I mean, I think anyone could have a good time with having a bigger bag. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, you know, I got opinions on shoes. I am very opinionated with shoes. And so it came up with skipping boring block heels and shopping sky-high stilettos. Okay, what would boring block shoes be? Because I actually like can't envision it. I like the block. What? No, I like okay, I don't understand how people wear the tiny little heel, not the tiny little heels, but even if they're high, but just like stiletto heels, how do you walk in them? I already have flat feet, so like I'm never gonna win with heels anyway, but the block heel is what keeps my balance. It does say, I know that the block heel is easier on the feet, but a skinny heel just looks more modern and is compatible with the bulk of like the person's outfits, which I get. Maybe the stiletto looks better with your clothing, with your, you know, aesthetic and style, but in that situation, I'm putting comfort over style. It's interesting, this next one, it says we're skipping bucket hats. Now, actually, each one of these are from a different like colleague of the writer of this like who, what, where article. So that could totally make sense of why it's different things, but still, skipping bucket hats, shopping sculptural tube tops. Two different categories of fashion, okay. Tube tops, I feel like always come in waves of when they are considered trendy. And I own one, no, I actually own two tube tops. And I've been wanting to buy some more. I'm, you know, searching ThredUp and the thrift store and that kind of thing. I think it was the early 2000s where tube tops were a big deal, and you know, you had different bedazzled sequins tube tops. This asymmetrical tube top, like, I kind of want that. Like, I am now going to be looking, I'm not even into asymmetrical cuts necessarily, but I just envision this with like a midi skirt or a maxi skirt, maybe even a mini skirt, and just have it just looks beautiful. Maybe it's also the color. I'm really liking the baby blue on here. And even this silk camisole. Who knew this article was also gonna, you know, influence me, honestly. I feel like these type, not really the leather. I don't really want a leather tube top maybe. But I'm down with different style, patterns, material tube tops, but I'll still rock them then with a bucket hat. Skipping flashy Y2K mementos and shopping timeless style. While Y2K everything is clearly still a thing, I feel like I've been there, done that. For 2023, I'm much more drawn to minimalistic, timeless styles. And I've even talked about it, there's been a lot of talk about quiet luxury and almost this like shift into minimalist style, and there's been multiple videos on quiet luxury, and it makes sense in that with, like I said, every single trend we go through two different extremes, like the super Y2K, you know, patterns, flashy, you know, just all of that, to then more of the simple, neutral, timeless type of thing. The idea of timeless versus like trendy is very, again, personal to you. What you think is timeless may be completely different than what I think is timeless. I think in general, a lot of times it's like, oh, a white t-shirt and a pair of blue jeans is timeless. And it's like, yeah, I guess that technically won't go in and out of style, but regardless, you should be, you know, in a way at least wanting to cultivate a wardrobe that is timeless for you and that can include pattern and flashy stuff. And I'm saying this as somebody that doesn't even necessarily love Y2K style on myself. I'm more of a 90s fashion girl. Another shoe one, and it's boots, which says skipping lug sole boots and shopping moto inspired boots. It says the lug sole boots is a super exaggerated sole and that they are wanting to wear less and less, and they're very into the moto inspired boots this year. So I'm also going to Google what lug sole boots are. Would these Steve Madden ones be lug sole or biker? I don't own any. I mean, would you consider the like platform Jadens or like Jadens in general to be lug sole? I don't know. I like the style. This one, I mean, that's kind of lug sole, so I don't really understand what the example is. And this is like the biker one. Actually, I kind of like both of them. feel like you can have both of them. I do like a chunky boot, and I feel like for some people that is unpopular. That was the first article, and I feel like that actually was pretty tamed. I feel like they didn't roast me at all. But I have another article, and this one's from Vogue Australia. So it may, you know, obviously Australia versus the US when it comes to trends, but I still want to go through it. The first thing it says is we are ditching cutouts. And cutouts are something I also don't really love. I don't know, it just reminds me of the 2010s when there were just like so many cutouts, and I just don't really like the style on me, so I was never a fan. But I feel like for some people, like the structural part and the silhouette, totally get it. But then it says we're wearing layering, and again, I feel like this goes back into weather. I mean, you can layer during summertime, but I do feel like layering isn't really a trend. Maybe the way that you layer and like the style of layering, when I think of the kind of like weird girl aesthetic where it's like you just literally throw everything on and layer that way. So I can understand like minimal layering versus like extreme layering being a trend, but I think layering in general, just like, it's just you putting on an outfit. In a way, technically I am team layering over cutouts, but that's just personal preference, you know? You all know how I feel about jean debate on jean styles. I don't think jeans and like jean silhouettes, high rise, low rise, mid rise, should be a trend. We should all just wear the jeans that we love. And it says they aren't just talking about skinny jeans. Any kind of fitted jeans is no longer an option. Mom jeans, fit and flare, they're all out of the question. They can't go past the tried and true straight leg style, but they are going for baggier styles. I love mom jeans. I feel like that was just such a me style 2018, 2019, and I feel like I've expanded in more straight leg styles. I feel like in a way it's kind of confusing to see like what the difference is, honestly, and I think the biggest thing with mom jeans is obviously the high rise and a lot of times cuffed. A lot of my jeans that I did wear as mom jeans are more of a straight leg style, and I didn't even realize it because they were cuffed, and so I just uncuffed them and they give more of a straight leg style. I would say most of my jeans are kind of like a not loose straight leg fit, but they aren't super tight. So at least for me personally, there needs to be like a little bit of room, but not that much room. I don't know. I have a bunch of different style of jeans, and I wouldn't say one of them I like more than another. Let me know if you would like an updated vintage jeans collection video, because I feel like I've added some jeans and I've also said goodbye to some jeans from when I had filmed that video back in 2020, and I love talking about my jeans. They are my prized possessions, but I feel like, again, there's a place for the fitted jeans and the baggy jeans. Next is ditching poofy everything and wearing sexy tailoring. Now, it makes it seem like it's more when it comes to poofy everything, like you're kind of wearing, I guess in a way, like oversized everything. Because at first I was like, wait, are they saying I can't wear my puff sleeve tops anymore? Like, I mean, obviously I would still wear them, but it doesn't seem like they're necessarily like saying like puffy sleeves or that kind of thing is like out, but that like they're balancing it then with more body hugging pieces, which, I mean, I feel like sometimes you want to wear, you know, a loose piece with another loose piece. I don't think there should be any rules about like the way that the silhouette should look on your body, because it has to look the most flattering. If you like it's styled in that way, then cool, that is awesome. But you can also then style it in the other way if you also like that, and that is cool and awesome. I am slightly in line with the wearing sexy tailoring part, because it does say, mark my words, a baby tee, Mary Jane, tabbies, and a velvet ribbon in my hair will be my going out uniform this season and beyond. And you know what? That is my everyday look, basically. Not the tabbies, but like my loafers or something. So, which I wouldn't say that would be like a sexy tailoring outfit, but hey, I guess it is. We are ditching boxy blazers and wearing everything mini. And okay, this one made me think about, again, the loose fitting blazers, especially the leather blazers. I feel really became popular in like early 2020, maybe even late 2019. I'd seen a TikTok of somebody like talking about the differences between the cropped fitted blazer that was big in the 2010s versus the loose blazer, and then also like saying, what are we doing wearing like blazers casually? I love blazers. I am so into leather blazers and normal blazers. Again, we're maybe starting to go into cropped blazers and like fitted blazers being a thing. The 2010s fashion is coming back. It is coming back. Now for a color that we are swapping out is Rich Auntie Jewel Tones for Icy Pastels. And let me just verify what jewel tones are. Jewel tone colors. So I don't think I like jewel tones. I think I'm definitely a pastel person, but I also feel like maybe I'm somewhere in between. I'm trying to get my color analysis, whatever thing done, but the place I want to get it at is always booked. And did you know, like for a lot of places, at least in Southern California, it's like $500. I think having colors be trends sometimes can be very fun because I feel like it's very general and like it's less like, oh, you need to stop wearing this and like you need to buy this exact thing. And so I think you can get more inspired that way. But in saying that, I feel this is also, again, just very personal to your style. I feel like I'm saying that for everything, but you know what I mean. Like this outfit, I mean, I don't really love with the skirt, but like the purple and the mint, ooh, it's so nice. Next is ditching pants and wearing jewelry. Just like wearing absolutely no pants, but just like a necklace. They say basically not wanting to wear so many like pants and jeans and wanting to wear shorts and skirts. And I think I've also been on that, you know, journey of not just always wearing jeans, because again, I love my jeans, but I've been trying to step outside my own box and like get into skirts. And I feel like my style has definitely evolved with doing that and like putting together different outfits. But again, I mean, my comfort zone is gonna be with jeans forever. Like it can be hot outside and I'll still wear jeans. You can really put any outfit that you put with jeans just with a skirt. I think a lot of times it's just, you know, your comfort zone and getting more comfortable. Jewelry, I am always about, you know, chunkier, daintier. I think it all has a place, but even just like bracelets and stuff, not really a fan. But I want to get more into jewelry, or I have a good amount of necklaces, but I want to like even more so get into jewelry and just like have fun, unique pieces and that kind of thing. I've been seeing, oh my gosh, these beautiful chunky like charm necklaces from this one Instagram shop, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And I want one so bad. Funny that we talked about timeless and like neutrals. This person says that we're ditching head-to-toe neutrals and instead going for chaotic denim. It says denim bleached, distressed, and dyed. And you know, I feel like acid wash jeans are gonna come. Have they been back? Especially with this of just different styles and stuff. I'm not a fan of acid wash jeans on me personally. Even distressed jeans or like dyed jeans. I really just like the simple, good old jean. And the last wear this, not that, we have ditching crop tops and wearing instead day dresses. Again, different person than writing this one than the previous one that said that they're gonna be wearing their crop tops, but I love crop tops. I do love crop tops. I felt like it really took me a while to get into them, but I think it was more that I just didn't have the right jeans for them or like the right silhouettes of pieces, at least for me, and like what I was wanting to do. The day dress, you know, dresses, I am still like, I've been getting more into skirts and shorts and that kind of thing, but even dresses, I want to wear more casually. I feel like once it starts getting really hot, like it is getting hotter in Southern California, but once it gets really hot, like yes, I will be wearing dresses. I need that breeze. But I feel like again, they, for me, are just like part of especially my summer wardrobe. And I think with a lot of people getting to low-rise jeans or low-rise pants, crop tops have been less of like a popular item because a lot of people then that are wearing low-rise don't want the like super crop top. They want more of a top that's a little bit longer or even like longer to your jeans. So totally makes sense of, again, that trend kind of like swapping back and forth. I feel these articles were a lot more tame than the other one. Maybe it was just that like, I don't know, all those were just like really outdated that I was wearing. I said multiple times with a lot of these where it's like, both of them kind of have a place in your wardrobe, and I don't think necessarily you should get rid of one to then wear another one, which I don't think anyone watching this video would have done. I feel like we're all on the same page, but I'm curious for any of them if you did agree or disagree. Let me know in the comments, and if you would like to see my face again, then make sure to subscribe right down below and hit that little bell to be notified every time I make a new video. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, which is alexsunshine83. I will see you in my next video, and I hope you have a super sunny day. Bye.